Hey, having a hard time feeding your snakes? Come on, I got you. Hey, how's everybody doing? Hope you guys all had a good week. Hope you're having a good, safe Labor Day weekend. This is Tulu, and I'm Red, and this is Northman Serpents. This little trouble girl here has not ate yet since we got her. She is our 2-month-old female ball python. She's a spider Mojave banana. She is beautiful, but spider does come with some things. If you want me to do a video on that, just let me know. There's a little injury on top of her head that I need to treat tonight, so I thought while I have her out, film a quick intro so you guys can see her, because you don't get to see her too much. And she is beautiful. So in this video, I'm gonna go over feeding. I know I did one last week. I'm gonna go in depth because I'd say 90% of the messages I get, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, is people struggling to feed their snakes, usually ball pythons, actually. So hopefully I can help you guys out. Bjorn back there, he is a colubrid. He doesn't have heat pits, so the way that he hunts and eats is going to be a little different. So we'll go over some of that, go over what you need to get in order to feed your snakes, go over some methods, some troubleshooting for if you're having problems feeding your snakes. It's just something that I saw a need for. Are you trying to get to my neck? And I figured it would just be helpful to cram it all in a video. It's gonna be a lot of information, so I tried to title each section, so if you need to skip around, you can kind of look for those. We try to feed Tulu, although she hasn't ate yet. We're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna feed Bjorn, and we're gonna feed Modi. Hopefully there's a little something in there for everybody, especially if you are a beginner. So feeding snakes is one of the most enjoyable parts for me and a lot of people, I think. Sit back, enjoy, and yeah, let's go feed some snakes. So, feeding your snake, you're gonna need a few things. You should have this already when you buy your snake, or at the very least the same day, most of it. For a second, I'm gonna talk about live feeding. If you are going to feed your snake live, and there are times where this is necessary, and I've had to do this quite a few times, and it happens, and I know a lot of people online are very against it. I don't show it on my channel, but it is sometimes a necessary part of snake keeping. You do not want to have to feed live if your snake's big enough to take prey that can fight back. People being against feeding live, it's not about the prey, although you should always be kind to your prey items. They are animals as well. It is about the safety of your snake, the safety of your animal. I have seen pictures of people's animals where they put a prey item in with their snake, went to bed, they woke up with a half skeletonized snake and a rat with a full belly. And it's one of the saddest things I've seen. So preferably if you do have to feed live, and usually when you would, it would be when they're babies. When Modi came to me, he was on live prey. He was eating live fuzzy rats, and I had to feed him, I think, 2 of them before I was able to get him switched over. It happens. If you feed live, do not put that rat in there and walk away, or mouse, or whatever it is. You stand there and watch until that rodent is no longer a threat. And what I do is I take these and I sit and I watch, and if that rodent's face gets near my snake, I'm going to just put the tip of this in the rodent's mouth, give it something to chew on that is not my snake. So there's that. Avoid that if you can. Get them on frozen thawed as soon as you can. That's my rant on live feeding. Now, obviously, another thing you're going to need is the prey, the rodents. This is Modi's rat pup. So that's about what a rat pup looks like. Some people go by weight. I don't. I do a little bit, sometimes, not usually. A good general rule is to feed something that is the same width around as your snake. That's what a pinky rat looks like. And I'll put a fuzzy rat up on the screen. And then that is the next size up from a fuzzy rat. So you got pinky rat. The fuzzy rat is what Bjorn is gonna eat. And then this is a rat pup. So those are kind of the different size rats that you're probably gonna be feeding most commonly. And then you may also have mice, depending on what animal you got. Even ball pythons sometimes will eat mice their whole life. Bob over at Green Room Pythons, if you don't watch him, I highly suggest that you do. Great channel. He has an adult female breeder, I believe, ball python, that is huge, and she eats mice. She's a mouser. So that happens. These tongs I mentioned. They're great. I got them on Amazon, I think, for $13. I can't remember. It was not expensive. This is something I like to give my snakes every once in a while. It's just calcium supplement. Not sponsored by anybody, so if anybody does want to, hit me up. This is just an old tiramisu container that I use to thaw the rats out. I like it because it has a lid on it, so I can put my hot water in there, close the lid, and let it warm up in there. This is very important for just having a snake in general. It is a IR thermometer. I got this on Amazon for $15 max, I think. This is gonna give you accurate readings of your temps in specific areas, so you can check your hotspot in the enclosure. For this application, it's gonna be, this is your rat. You want to check the temperature of its head before you give it to your snake, especially if it has heat pits, because they will not take prey if it's not natural body temperature, which is what, 98.6 or whatever. Like I said earlier, the goal of keeping reptiles is to replicate their natural habitat in the wild. This is mostly what you will need. to feed your snake. Another thing, a plate, a Tupperware lid works better. You don't want your snake dragging the prey through their substrate and then swallowing a bunch of it. Generally not good for them to eat a bunch of it. If they get a little bit, it's okay, but try to avoid that if you can. So what I usually will do once they wrap up, I'll try to place them on a lid, or even if it's something in their enclosure, you'll see I get Bjorn up onto his rock. So anything to keep the substrate kind of out of their mouth is good, because it will stick to the rat's fur, etc. So you do not need a candle unless, you know, you just want to set beautiful ambiance for your rat preparation. There's that. So let's feed Modi, my 4-month-old male ball python. I got him a nice rat pup here. Hoping for fall you guys appreciate the aesthetic I got going here. Alright, so Modi is roughly 260 grams, right around there. I personally, I don't pay a lot of attention to the weight rule. Rat pups, perfect for him. So I'm gonna take my container here. I'm gonna get some hot water. And what I'm gonna do is get it out of the sink. So as hot as my sink will put out, I'm not gonna microwave anything. And that's usually gonna be around 105 to 110. And that works out just about perfect for what I need to get this rat to. We're gonna take the thermometer we talked about. Get a temp, about 110, so right where I wanted it to be. Get my rat out here. And we're just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna try not to splash it. There we go. I don't actually have a time that I do, but I do like to just pop a little lid on there. I don't have to screw it down, but throw it on there. So I don't know, I'm not a scientist, but maybe it holds the heat in. We're gonna let that sit, and while we let that sit, I'm gonna talk about some problems you might run into and some troubleshooting you can do if your snake's not eating. Ball pythons are very finicky eaters, and they might just go on food strikes, and sometimes there's nothing you can do, but you can try different things to get them back eating, because it's pretty stressful when they're not eating. So obviously, maybe not obviously, but the number one thing you're gonna want to check is their husbandry, meaning their humidity, their temps. Make sure you got the right substrate, make sure you got enrichment, make sure they're happy in there, because that can affect them. That's probably the number one thing and the easiest thing to check, and something you should fix anyway if there's a problem with it. Another thing, just check your snake out, make sure that there's not any lumps towards the tail. Make sure they're not backed up, compacted, whatever. Make sure they don't have respiratory infection. So make sure there's no discharge coming out of their nose, no snot. They're not wheezing when they breathe. And then there's weird stuff too, like it's a trick that I got from a guy who's been breeding for a very long time. And that's the color. It can even come down to the color of the rat. So if you tried feeding them a black one, they're not taking it, maybe try a white one. I know it sounds weird. Apparently it's worked for people before. Take the tongs we talked about. I used to like the curved ones. Lately I've been liking the straight ones. Check her little friend here. About 107, so that's good. It's about where we want him because by the time we get him over there, he's gonna be cooled down a little bit. I've done this for a couple feeds, so give him a little spray. How do you know what time it is? I'm gonna take this Tupperware lid and have that ready to put down so he doesn't, this wet rat covered in substrate. I'm gonna take my rat. You wanna hold him just like this so that it looks like an actual live animal. You ready, Modi? Alright. 91. Modi's a pretty good eater. I got a feeling he'll take that. Tug on it a little bit, make him feel like he's fighting. Making sure that he doesn't have any substrate. Actually get any close. Alright, time to feed Tulu. Now she is our problem child. So I have a pinky rat for her, which is not usually what I would feed a ball python. But she has not ate since we got her probably, almost just over a month ago, a month and a half. She has injured the top of her head. She has not had a smooth transition, so we're gonna try to feed her. And I can't promise that she will eat. But same process because she's a ball python. Now I want to talk about why temperature is so important with ball pythons and not with boas, colubrids, any snake without heat pits. Those heat pits allow them to sense the temperature of things. So if I put this rat in front of her and it reads 78, she's not taking it because it doesn't look right. So what I'm going to do is get this little rat to the temperature that it would be if it were alive and breathing. One 4. That's perfect because it's gonna cool down a little just during the time when we take it out there. Now I'm rubbing this in this bag so it can pick up the scent of the fur off the rat that Modi just ate. Because we generally don't feed hairless or pinky rats because they don't have as much nutrition, and that scent that's on their fur that these guys don't have helps them pick up that scent and puts them in food mode. And that's basically what I'm trying to do, is get Tulu in food mode. Alright, hopefully you guys don't pick up the noise of that AC boiling in here. 74. That is too hot for me. I am not a ball python. Let's go try to feed Tulu. Be back in a minute. Alright, now this girl is very shy. So I'm not gonna turn the light on. So I apologize for the video quality, but her eating is more important. And as they are nocturnal, you generally want it quiet. Not quiet, dark. You want it dark when they eat. Take my rat here. You want to grab them kind of by the back hips, like so, so that it looks natural. You can see him, he's already ready. He's already foaming at the mouth. Try to get him to eat up here so that he doesn't get aspen everywhere. Look there. Good job, my boy. Good boy. Oh yeah, you can see his teeth. If I can get in there. Show you. I'm just gonna make sure. Holy smokes. Okay, he's just gonna eat it right there. That'll work. And close that up. And I actually didn't have to use the temp gun on that because he doesn't have heat pits like a ball python, so as long as it looks alive, he relies more on sight and smell. And that Jacobson's organ, flick his tongue out, get a scent, bring it back to his Jacobson's organ. We say that they smell with their tongue, but it doesn't quite work the same way human smell does. So he can actually smell directionally. So when he flicks that tongue out and brings the particles back to his mouth, he can tell like, oh, I smell a rat to the right and behind me. It's pretty cool. I'm not sure if you guys can really see, but he is almost done. And he was a good boy. He is eating it off the rock. That thing down. see him push that meal all the way down into his stomach. Believe it or not, they are not just a giant stomach. Push their meal through their body while being coiled up. But yeah, he's gonna go find a place to hide now. And we are gonna leave him alone so he can do his thing. Do you really want more food? What are you doing, dude? He has tunnels built all throughout this enclosure, believe it or not. He might go bask on his rock and just get some heat. Good boy. Alright, I love you. See you later. Let you digest. Boom. There it is. We attempted to feed all the snakes. We got most of them, all of them except one, so. Alright, this is one of those do as I say, not as I do moments. Because I just got done feeding these guys and then went and grabbed him. He actually ate Friday, and it is now Saturday night. No, he ate Thursday. So it's been a couple days, and he is a hungry bull snake. Like right after he eats, he wants to eat again. Me smelling like rat. But he seems to be doing okay, so we're gonna let him chill. Yeah, Tulu did not eat, and that's okay. It's kind of what I was expecting. She did show genuine interest, and that is great because that's the first time she's showed genuine interest in a meal. I did end up leaving the rat in there on a lid just to see if she'll take it overnight. That's another trick that you can do if you're having a hard time. If you don't have another snake to feed it to, leave that prey item in the enclosure with them on a lid so it doesn't get substrate on it. It could be gone in the morning, you never know. So just keep at it. I hope you guys learned something because I really enjoy teaching as much as I enjoy learning. And it doesn't get prettier than that. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed with this guy. He's just so beautiful. Oh, Bubba. He loves me. But yeah, progress. All I can do is hope that we do better next week. If you guys did learn something, or you like the snakes, or whatever, if you could hit subscribe and hit the bell. I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers so that we can start doing lives and hang out with you guys. Maybe answer some questions and just get to know you, because we're just starting out, so it is actually a small enough community still that I can get to know everybody, and I think that's cool, and I want to take advantage of it while it's still like that. At this point, I'm not making money from it. It's definitely motivating to see those numbers going up each video. It lets me know that I am improving, getting better, which is the goal. Isn't that right, Bjorn? Isn't that right, my boy? So, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I hope that if you were struggling feeding your snake, hopefully they will eat for you this week or this month or whenever you feed them. Be good to your snakes. Be good to each other. And we will see you next time.